I don't wanna go to school tomorrow. I can study thinking about you. And you know I always do.
Jane, the story of Maria Clara, a creative adaptation of the story of the pencil.
There once lived with her grandma a small girl named Jane, who was adorable and kind. Every time, she enjoyed hearing her grandmother's stories, but she has a favorite story that she always loves. One day, Jane asked her grandmother.
Granny, can I go outside?
She asked,
Alright, but don't stray too far.
her granny said, and then she said,
Thank you, Granny.
in response to her grandmother. And when Jane was given the go-ahead to depart, she made the decision to explore the forest next to their house. Jane is well knowledgeable about this forest because her grandmother enjoys telling her tales about it. Jane noticed a recognizable hat being worn by a rabbit while out strolling. She is perplexed but also delighted since she recognized a figure from her grandmother's tale, Jane in the Wonderland. She is delighted because the name of the main character and hers are the same.
Where are you going, Mr. Rabbit?
Asked the young Jane to act out the actions she took in the story. As was to be expected, the rabbit fled, but Jane is very curious as to what will happen. Will she become smaller too? Or will she grow to be enormous? Will she meet the Queen of the Hearts? Or what? She therefore made the decision ignoring her grandmother's advice and chased the rabbit.
Mr. Rabbit, wait up!
Jane yelled at the rabbit as she was running. But a wrinkly old woman stopped Jane from catching up with the bunny before she could.
Oh, young lady, what are you doing here?
The elderly woman said.
Oh, I'm simply following the tiny rabbit who was wearing a hat. Do you happen to see anything similar to that, Granny?
Jane innocently questioned the elderly woman. The elderly woman responded.
No, dear. I guess I'm too old to notice something unbelievable.
But I swear, I saw the little rabbit.
Sadly, Jane responded.
Don't be sad, my dear. But are you willing to listen to an interesting story about a girl named Maria Clara?
The elderly woman questioned Jane. Jane the child responded.
Yes, I enjoy listening to stories.
The elderly woman told Jane.
That's it then.
The elderly woman began her tale by saying,
There once a girl named Maria Clara, and she lived with her father named Capitan Tiago.
Granny, where is her mother?
Little Jane questioned.
Her mother passed away after giving birth to her, you see?
The elderly woman explained. Jane answered haltingly.
Oh, I guess we're the same. My mom is also gone.
However, her father gave her a diary containing her mother's final message for her. She fulfilled her mother's dying wish for her. You know, just like a pencil.
The elderly lady spoke. This perplexed young Jane.
A pencil?
She inquired.
You are aware that a pencil has 5 qualities, right?
5? I don't know the other 4, Granny, except that they are used in writing.
The young Jane stated.
Let me list all the characteristics Maria Clara possessed and how she spent her life. The first quality is we can make big things, but never forget that there is a hand guiding our steps. This hand, we call it God, and He will always have to address us towards His will. And she lived to it. She became a devout Roman Catholic who became an epitome of virtue. She is a kind and innocent young lady.
Grandma, she's amazing! Wow!
Jane said with joy.
The second quality she had is sometimes we have to stop writing and use a sharpener. This makes the pencil suffer a little, but at the end it will be sharper. So learn to bear a little pain because it will make you a better man. She became strong after knowing the truth to her biological father. She remained strong and determined.
The old woman said.
Oh, what What happened to her biological father, Granny?
Little Jane asked.
I guess Maria Clara is in distress when she learns about her true origin. His biological father raped his mother.
The lady gave Jane an explanation.
Let's move on the third quality. The pencil always allows us to use an eraser to cancel mistakes. Understand that correcting something we did is not necessarily a bad thing, but something fundamental to keep us on the right path. Exactly as Maria Clara did, she always behaved on Tia's Isabel counsel.
Is her Tia Isabel a good person or not?
The elderly woman responded.
Yes, she is, because she raised Maria Clara as her own daughter. Fourth quality is what is really important in the pencil is not the wood or the shape, but the lead that is inside. So be always careful of what happened inside of yourself. Many people adore Maria Clara because she is not just a gorgeous girl, but also a kind and humble person.
The older woman said.
Wow, what a perfect young lady. Then, what is the fifth quality, Grandma?
Okay. The fifth quality is always leave a sign. In any case, be aware that everything we do in our life will leave trails. Try to be cautious of every single action. Like I indicated earlier, many people like her a lot. And after she passed away, many remembered her kindness and beauty.
She passed away? What happened to her grandmother?
Jane asked sadly.
Well,
Jane! Where have you been?
The old woman got cut off when they heard her grandmother shout. The elderly woman said to Jane.
Well, I guess it's time to go now, young lady. Your grandma's finding you.
But I'm curious to what happened to Maria Clara.
Jane grunted at the elder.
I'll tell you what happened to her when we next come across. But in the meantime, keep in mind those 5 qualities and try to live your life as Maria Clara did. Got it?
The elderly lady spoke.
Yes, Grandma.
Jane gave the elderly woman a nod.
Jane!
Come here.
Jane yelled out to her grandmother as she hurried back, but she realized she had forgotten to thank the elderly woman and bid her farewell. As she looked back, she was shocked to see the elderly woman suddenly disappeared. She then grinned broadly.
Let's catch up soon, old Granny.
At the entrance to the forest, she yelled.